Hello, Just Too Good here. Today we're taking a look at the LEGO Spongebob 2007 Mrs. Puff's Boating School set. This has 395 pieces, 3 minifigures, and retailed for $50 when it was released back in 2007. Now, M&R Productions got me back into LEGO Spongebob recently because he said he's been buying sets, so maybe this will become a race to see who could review them all first. But this is such an expensive theme. Cutting it open like that just pains me, but I got to open these because I've always wanted to build these LEGO Spongebob sets. Thankfully, this is one of the less rare ones, so that doesn't devalue it by much. There's all of our pieces and some extra loose pieces and instructions and such. So here's the set all built up. Now let's take a look at those minifigures. The first minifigure is Spongebob Squarepants, who uses an exclusive face print to this set. Now this design has a piece that just goes over the torso. There's nothing underneath the torso though. This is an older figure, so it doesn't have like dual molded arms and dual molded legs. That would have helped a lot, but still looks pretty good. And why there's this antenna at the top is because this is a reference to a specific SpongeBob episode where Patrick gives SpongeBob the answers to pass his driver's test. And how Patrick does that is he just feeds SpongeBob the answers through this walkie-talkie, which goes to the antenna on his head. Now this design for Patrick is nothing special, unfortunately, with a face print that appears in quite a lot of the other sets, like the bus and one of the Bikini Bottom sets. Other than that, though, not too much else going on here. And yes, this is a molded hard plastic head, if you're not familiar with the Patrick figures. And the most interesting figure is Mrs. Puff. Now this uses 3 pieces. There's the middle attachment, which I guess is her head, and that's actually a really well printed design where there's printing all the way at the top as well, which does have the stud there, and that's where you put the second piece, which is the stud. Then of course you attach all that to this interesting leg part, which works a lot like a dome piece where you just put these two together, and there's 2 receiving studs for the legs at the bottom. These arms don't move, and yeah, as a whole, pretty interesting figure. It did appear in one other set, or at least the pieces did, which was the Bikini Bottom Party, because the printing in there is slightly different. But that's it for the minifigures of the set. Now let's take a look at the build. Anyway, so back to the builds of the set. We have the racetrack and then the school itself. The racetrack itself can be a little cumbersome in its build and how it connects to the boating school. But thankfully, LEGO used some simple connections via Technic pins to get them all together so that it's easy to remove if you want to transport them. Another connection right over here. And now we have the school and track separate. As for the school itself, there's just one classroom and then the tower to the right that resembles a lighthouse. The pathway at the front is very dock-like. I like how they mix the gray with dark blue on the top roof of the boating school classroom, and this dark blue door opens up pretty easily, as well as these green window shutters, which reveal some window panels underneath. There's really not much of an interior build. You do have 2 seats if you want to fit Patrick and SpongeBob, but SpongeBob will have to be standing up since he does have short legs. Behind Mrs. Puff is a little chalkboard, it seems like, or a diagram of a boat. And then to the other side, there's a trophy case, which is a sticker as well. Now those are stickers on panels, which are a pain in the butt to line up. As for the tower to the right, I'm actually kind of disappointed that they use stickers for these window and door designs. That's something that should be integrated into the build, and I know it's hard to do with this corner piece being kind of curved and everything, but nowadays I'm sure they would have found a way. Back then, I guess this was just the easy way out. And there's a total of 3 stickered windows and then just that 1 stickered door. At the top, you can see a yellow tower. The interior is nothing special either, where they just have some tools at the bottom, a ladder that leads to the light up here. The interior is really nothing special either, where they have these lights right here that you can spin around since it's on one of those 2x2s with the swivel plate. And then there's a ladder right underneath there. And all the way at the bottom, there's just some tools, nothing super rare or anything like that. As for the racetrack, well, first let's take a look at the boat. The design of the speedboat is a little bit chunkier than you'd expect. This is because, well, there's a motor at the back. It's a pull-back motor, and all you have to do to activate that is, well, pull back the speedboat. Give it a good pull, and it's It's weird. It has a little bit of an initial, I guess, slowness, and then it just kind of ramps up. Oh. Keeps getting outside of the viewing part. So let's try it one more time. Come on. Ramp it all the way up. Oh, man. Either way, it's picking up dust from being played around so much. The space to have him sit down isn't really a seating space, but rather just a little bit of a standing space since he can't sit down with the short legs. And then there's a little turbine at the back, which you can move up and down. The next builds accompany the track, but aren't technically parts of it because they're not attached to any part of the track. That's the start line right here, which does have 2 stickers with the checkered flag design, and also a sticker across multiple pieces, which is the start sign, and that's across 2 1x6 tiles. Now it does use these interesting tree trunk pieces that have a Technic pin at the top. And then to the right over here is a wall design, which, I mean, that's what it says right there. This can be knocked in the middle, and it does use a lot of pieces that are stickers across multiple pieces where we have the wall. And you can see how that attaches across multiple bricks. And that's just kind of a problem. That's something they don't do anymore because basically those bricks are compromised unless you ruin the sticker. I do like stickers that are on one single piece, like this one at the top, because then you could still use the piece without having to separate the sticker. But it's not a big deal, and it's just something that's kind of a relic of the past because LEGO doesn't use stickers across multiple pieces. Now, if you look from the back, you can actually see how all of that is built, and it is very fun to knock over and break that wall. For the course design, I like the stickered part here, which just shows arrows pointing where to go, as well as the ring of fire-like design from the front. Continuing on, there's also this anchor here, which does attach to the side via a clip that uses a 2x2 print that was in a couple of other SpongeBob sets, as well as this anchor, so that it flips up by that speedboat when it gets hit. And then, of course, we have the finish line, which does use more stickers across multiple pieces. I mean, it's basically the same build as the start line sticker. And there's these 2 little checkered flag stickers as well, which were also present at the front. All this railing is just put on using some clips. And let's try out the course itself. First, I gotta get a really good pullback of this boat. Okay, that was pretty cool. I mean, I thought it would go a little bit faster, but all right. Still had a little bit of a charge there, it looked like. So let's try that one more time. Did knock over the wall. Okay. See? That is fun to play around with, but I just thought it would be a little bit more hectic. But either way, that's it for the build of the set. Let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. And while we already took a look at the box at the beginning, well, the instructions do have a full-size version of the comic book there. That's pretty cute, but it's weird how they don't reference the Patrick part of the set. I don't know if that was something they added in later. And there's also some different shots at the back, or I guess last couple pages. So you know what? Judging this from the collector perspective and then judging it as a play piece, I think it succeeds in both ways because on display, this doesn't look bad. The design of Mrs. Puff's boating school is so iconic, and sure, it may not be the most size accurate or detailed design, but as something that isn't the main focus of the set, the main focus being this racetrack here, I think they did a pretty darn good job with the exterior. Sure, I would have liked parts here to be brick built, but at the end of the day, with the pieces and everything, this is something that goes along with the other LEGO SpongeBob sets, and I'm going to have a fun time displaying all of those together. Now, as a play piece, the pullback motor is really fun to build. Sure, I would have wished for a little bit more obstacles, but the ones they include are super fun, like the wall here. I do wish they didn't use stickers across multiple pieces and use some brick-built designs instead of stickers on some other parts. But yeah, I definitely recommend this one. It is one of the cheaper LEGO SpongeBob sets to get secondhand sealed, so look into it. Though it will run you about $130 at most. But that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.